Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Men on Bourbon. I'm your host, Cameron. I know it looks a little empty because I don't have my sidekick with me, Phil. He's on a little hiatus, but he will return. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a unicorn. You know how we like to hunt those unicorns, but this is one of those very sought after bourbons. We have Mr. Colonel E.H. Taylor, and not the small batch, but we have the rye. And if any of those who are Buffalo Trace fanatics, you know that finding any of the Buffalo Trace ryes, the barrel proofs, or the what's the other one that we have? The single barrel. Those are very, very hard to find. I mean, the small batch is very sought after, let alone just to try and find one of these. But I just so happened to get my hand on a couple of them this week. So I figured we may as well go and let you know what it tastes like, because this is a very, very expensive bottle. So before you go out and spend your money on it, let me go and let you know what it tastes like. Now, a little bit of history on Mr. Colonel E.H. Taylor. He's a pioneer in bourbon because he's the originator of the Bottled and Bond Act. And for those who don't know what the Bottled and Bond Act is, you have to be a master distiller, and for it to be a Bottled and Bond product, it must be overseen by a master distiller for a minimum of 4 years. The product must come out at 100 proof. And that's about it. Master distiller, 100 proof, overseen by the master distiller for 4 years. Reason being, before the Bottled and Bond Act, they used to have a bunch of bootleggers. They used to come into saloons and restaurants and things of that nature. They would come in with good product, let you get a sample. You might like it, proprietor might like it, but you're not buying what they have out in they, on their little stables or whatever. They used to lace their alcohol with arsenic, tobacco, all types of dumb stuff. So, Mr. Colonel E.H. Taylor, we want to thank you for coming out with the Bottled and Bond Act. So therefore, like I say, it's kind of like you putting your stamp of approval on a bottle. So let's go in for the nose. And for those who don't know, I'm really a Buffalo Trace head. I mean, if you've been watching my channel, you know I love Buffalo Trace. But E.H. Taylor is one of my favorites. Unlike Blanton's, like everybody want to chase that damn horse. Try something different. This E.H. Taylor is the best. So, right off the top, you're getting very tropical notes. For it to be a rye, that's different. You normally don't get real, fruity notes off of a rye bourbon. Rye bourbons are normally very strong, even on the nose, but this is very tropical, fruity, but you do get that wood. And the mash bill on this, from what they say, is they use a mash bill rye number 2. So I'm taking it that's a strong mash bill, a high rye mash bill that I would take it. Go in for a sip. This is delicious. Now, do you see the legs on that? I was just cascading down the glass. Nice and slow. This is a great bourbon. Even for it to be a rye, it's 100 proof. It's got a little bit of heat, but it's not burning. It's a sweet heat. This is very, very, very nice. I cannot be disappointed in any of this. Now, for it to be E.H. Taylor, We all know E.H. Taylor, E.H. Taylor. When you normally buy it, they go from anywhere from, I want to say $38 to $40, depending on where you live at. Sometimes even $45. This bottle was $70. When I first purchased it, I was a little thrown by the price, but now I see where that extra $30 went. This is delicious. So don't hesitate. Do not hesitate at all to spend that extra $30. You will not be mad. Oh my God, this is... You're getting like a sweet apple, a warm type of chestnut, a butter pecan, and then on the finish is like it's like a peppermint, but it doesn't last long. You taste the peppermint and then it's gone, just like that. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is, oh my God. People, Buffalo Trace did it with this one. They did it. They did it. I'm sorry, I did put the bottle down there. Buffalo Trace, oh my God. This is what you would call a hitter. At least that's what we call, in the bourbon community, this is called a hitter. Now, what I want to do is, I want to try this compared to straight from the barrel. All right, let's give this a try. They look about the same in color. And excuse me, I'm saying straight from the barrel. This is the single barrel. So let me go grab myself a glass. Alrighty. So, single barrel. This is also a bottled and bond. All of the E.H. Taylor products are bottled and bond. They all come out at 100 proof, but they all have a different flavor profile. Again, you have small batch, single barrel, barrel proof, rye, God of something, God of Aramis, or oh, I poured it on the rocks. Wrong glass. Treat from me. But we want to just see how it tastes by itself before you sip it on the rocks. So let's put that up there. Get one of each. All right. Oh wow. Look at the legs. Super fruity, woodsy, but it's a deep caramel with this one. You're getting a very, very, like almost like chocolate. Yeah. Not like the rye. The rye is more subtle, to whereas this one is more fruity. I mean, that's fruity as well, but this one, I mean, it's popping out of the glass. That caramel, again, all those typical flavors that you get out of anything out of Buffalo Trace. The caramel notes, the walnut, the what am I looking for? The that sweet. What they're known for. I mean, it's just they never disappoint you at Buffalo Trace. That's all I can say. From the Buffalo Trace product on up, from Eagle Rare, Buffalo Trace, E.H. Taylor, Blanton's, they all have that one distinct characteristic in the flavor, and it's sweet. It's that's like it's a caramelization kind of flavor that you get over your palate that you never get away from. Some are deeper than others, and some are just more a little more toned down. This one, like I said, E.H. Taylor is my favorite. I mean, I can't get enough of it. I mean, you can see it. If you look over here, I keep E.H. Taylor. Keep it. I mean, I love me some E.H. Taylor. Can't get enough of it. So, ladies and gentlemen, on a scale of 1 to 5, well, what I have in my hand right now, which would be the single barrel, 5. All day long. This, I believe, the single barrel was, I want to say $60. Which wasn't half bad. This is also a unicorn. You might find this, it may come out once, maybe twice a year, depending on what region you live in the United States. I'm in Ohio. We see it once a year. So again, single barrel, strong 5. Strong 5. For the rye, which we may see the rye maybe once every other year. Definitely a strong 5. And I'm not saying this just because they're unicorns. I'm saying this strictly because of the flavor and the taste, packaging, presentation, all of the above. E.H. Taylor, you're awesome. I appreciate what you've done for the bourbon industry, and I appreciate you for introducing me to Buffalo Trace Distillery, which is my favorite distillery. Like I say, we all know that. So I hope I've at least given you all a little insight on on Colonel E.H. Taylor, on the single barrel and the rye, which came out this week in Ohio. So if you're anywhere in the Ohio region, be on the lookout because the rye is coming somewhere near you. And if you all haven't been following me, please subscribe to this channel. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe. And Buffalo Trace, if you got any of your people out here watching, Men on Bourbon, please check us out. We're a big fan. And that's about it for this week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like my new layout. I know you're used to seeing me at the lounge, but get used to seeing this set. So for this week, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Cam, and this is Men on Bourbon. And if you can't encourage anyone to drink bourbon, you're discouraging them from the fine things of life. Peace, and I'm out. Catch you next week.